Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am joined by another amazing guest.
Yes.
His name is Pastor Mbugua. He is a personality coach, but I'm gonna let him do the introductions.
Alright.
Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here in your YouTube channel. Yes, as she said, my name is Mbugua. I'm a certified personality coach. And today we're going to have some really exciting topics that Shykoh will guide us through.
Tell us the different kind of ways you can be able to tell a personality.
Interesting. So I came up with a formula which actually is part of one of the books which is about personality dating. It's through how you handle a rubber. See how it looks? It's very, very attractive and it's got some great content. So the concept, we're going to talk about it. So it's through how you handle a sweet wrapper. And not just a sweet wrapper, any wrapped item that you have. So I have a short demonstration. You know, there are some of us who really, once they open a wrapped item, they start twisting. You know, you start twisting your wrapper, which talks about your personality. You know, sometimes you have a creative mind, so you love experimenting a lot with your hands. Hence why you start even twisting. So there are those of us who now, once they unwrap it, they start folding it. After some time, whether it's sweet wrapper, some of us fold it and throw it. Some of us fold it, then put it in their handbags or bags. It says something about you. It talks about an in-depth person. This is someone who wants to try out something just beyond how they found it. So it actually talks about your in-depth personality, which we'll be talking about that as well. Even how you handle your dating and careers. Can you imagine? There are those of us who crumple the wrapper. Once they are done, they crumple it. Now, sometimes this may give the impression that you are aggressive, slightly aggressive with how you approach things, a goal-oriented person. And finally, we have those that leave it as it is. You know, they unwrap, they leave it as it is. They leave it very true.
I think that's kind of weird.
So there are people, these are people that you may have challenges with when it comes to the dating space or the workspace. But naturally, when it comes to personality, is they really apply very low enthusiasm towards things. So they leave things as they are, as they found it. They can be good keepers, they can be good holders of things because they leave things as they are. You're not going to find, these are people who keep things for years. As you give them, you're going to find it as it is and you're going to go like, wow. Really?
You still have that.
You still have that. These are the people.
I'm definitely the cramping one.
The cramping one.
So I'm happy to hear I'm goal-oriented.
Goal-oriented person. You like ideas. You like being focused.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of now knowing how will you work with someone who twists. Now that you know yourself, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure now you've known where you are. How will you also work with a person who folds? Now these people, let's say it's work or it's dating. Let's begin with dating, which actually is what the book is about.
Yeah.
Now, you are crumpling and you are someone who folds. Now, you're goal-oriented and you actually love changing things as they are. Now, some of you can connect on the aspect because you're goal-oriented and this person is actually going to make plans and progress. You know, sometimes goal-oriented people have so many ideas. So they need this kind of people to plan for them. And not every ideas works out. So these people are going to come in and say, yes, you have 7 ideas. Actually, 3 can work for now. The challenge is accept that because they have a plan around every idea.
Okay.
The problem is when you get these people, they want all 7 ideas to work. So that's why you need this. Now, when you have this kind of person in a relationship, you're going to do stuff because they like creative stuff. So you're going to think all 7 ideas. Then you realize, wow, so far, only 3 worked. So what do we do? So this person in a relationship likely says no. You're going to do stuff, try stuff. You know, both of you have memories. To come to the person who leaves things as they are, now I'm sure your guess is good as mine. You have ideas, then this person is like, hey, tuanze leo, tujaribu siku ingine, you know, can we do this? This one has worked before, let's stick with that idea alone, let's not try any other ideas. So, but also, you can help them come out of their comfort zone. See how that works?
Yeah. So, all that, guys, is in his book, Personality Dating. Actually, There's that page where you've even drawn. I don't know if
Yes,
you guys
it's got diagrams all through to keep up for those of you who are good at visual learning. You know, you're just gonna spot yourself. I fall, I crash, I twist, or leave things as they are, then go throughout the book. This book has 7 aspects which you can learn, including of why you're someone's crush, how to handle heartbreaks, emotional connection, and even PDA, public display of affection. Yes.
Let's talk about this one.
Yes.
In terms of public display of affection.
Public display of affection. Now, this is interesting. If you're out there and you're trying to aim at Shykoh, and you've known that she is a crumbling person, now you don't love public display of affection, that is too much.
Yes.
You know, if you're gonna surprise her, please do it privately. You're not gonna meet her on the streets like this guy who's gonna come. This guy, this creative guy is gonna come and surprise you in front of friends. Wherever you are at a company CBD in town, they're gonna hug you, give you a respectable kiss around the cheek. They're gonna do it publicly. They're not gonna mind. Hold your hand all the way. Shykoh does not want that. It's not like she doesn't appreciate, but you know, it's too public. You know, it's too, keep it private. I don't want the whole world knowing how you are affectionate about me. This person does not mind. So that's how it talks about your PDA and so much more.
Amazing. So tell us another aspect, like you mentioned color.
Yes.
For example, I love mustard yellow.
Yes.
I love black.
Yes.
Black, mustard yellow, white.
Yes.
Those are some of the colors I love.
Now this gives a very healthy view of feelings and how you process emotions. Colors are very, very important. The reason why we attach ourselves to specific colors, either they bring a very good self-esteem mood, or they just pop up and make us even a bit confident. So you see how this is connected almost even to your self-esteem. Now, there are some notions around black. Some of these some of these colors mean something else in different cultures.
Yes.
Black can be accepted here, somewhere else is like, hey, get away from here. You know, it's a taboo.
Yes.
White, perhaps that's the only color that everyone understands. It's peace, it's innocence. Some other colors might mean different things to other people. But since you like those combinations, it just talks about how you love to work around your space. You love your space and respect.
Yes.
That's why I said earlier, it's about the approach. It matters a lot to you. Self-esteem, you love waking up, not too much noise in the day. I know what I have to do, and that's the piece that you want to hold on for long. Anyone morning hours are very sensitive hours to me.
Yeah.
And slightly mid-morning, afternoon now the temperature is going down low.
I'm high.
Yeah. So sometimes these are the zones of when you need even actually to think about your ideas.
Morning hours.
Morning hours. And slightly mid-morning, because some ideas might pop in. So it actually talks about even how you need to handle your schedules around people. You want to come to have business around those spaces. This is your creative time aspect. The reason why I talk about colors is also for you to know when you are at your best and optimum maximum. This is the time you should actually locate your schedules, think of your next business moves, and create time for your own self-esteem. Exercise is connected to self-esteem. Any color that you pick talks about how you need to handle that.
Amazing.
Yes.
You know, I actually thought that because in the morning I want her to stay quiet, and in the afternoon, evenings, I'm more active.
Yes.
I thought that now
that's when
I should do things.
It's the exact opposite, simply because of how your mind is wired.
Okay.
The most peaceful moments for you, because you crumble and you're goal oriented, are not evenings. That's when you are happy, but that's not when the best ideas work. When you're a crumbling person, and for those of you who do so, morning hours, mid-morning are very critical hours for you. Actually, the person who should be bringing those ideas is the people who twist. These are the people who this and this sometimes. And you know, there's some people who do two things. There are those who crumble then twist. There are those who only crumble. So if you find yourself you twist, these are the people who sleep very late very late, so the ideas are best in the evenings. Yeah, that's when their creative spaces are. So for you, Shykoh, it's early morning. That peaceful time, some ideas start kicking in. If you're very, very consistent with that and jot it down, you'll surprise yourself. So by the time you're hyped, you should be hyped about what you created in the morning.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. That's honestly amazing. No, I know my personality.
Yeah.
And there are different ways of telling personality. That's whether I know there's this. Is it Enneagram or what?
Yes. Enneagram.
Are they the same? Will they give the?
Sometimes it's just a different aspect.
Oh, it's a different aspect.
Personalities, because that deals with numbers. This one is more intricate because it's how you handle. There's a lot of body language around what you handle, because we're talking about rapping. So for Enneagram is different. You have to kind of spot your number as you do. So there are questions, then it leads to a number that directs to what it says about you. So what I love about this is because there's a lot of interaction. It's how someone talks, how someone reacts.
But how about how someone talks? Tell us about someone who likes talking with a lot of gestures.
Yes.
What does that say about someone?
Sometimes this can be learned behaviors, which means you are in an environment where you see that a lot. Or it could be it's something in you because you want emphasis. See, like the way I've been talking, I've been using my hands a lot because there's emphasis on what I'm saying and demonstration. So you're gonna get that with different personalities. Normally, body language, especially around the hands, not shoulders or anything else, it talks about the emphasis. When you want to emphasize something or want to take someone slowly, which works out even for people perhaps who take some language very seriously, because they can be able to see that you're leading somewhere. You're also that person emphasizes something, is taking gradually. You see, for all people who have all their senses, they will use the listening more, so you get to understand. But for people who don't have that skill, if I do something like this, they will understand that I'm taking you slowly, one thing at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, is there a name to these personalities? The one who falls, the one who... They are introverts, extroverts?
Yeah, introverts, extroverts, their names, the varied names around it. So the reason why because there are people who say sanguine, melancholic, phlegmatic, and choleric, they're different names because that's under Myers-Briggs. Just like we have Enneagram, that deals with numbers.
Yes.
So this one, the reason why I took this is because I'm very intrigued with how people handle things. And I want you to have a personal experience. Because if I came to you and say sanguine, you're going to be like, what kind of scientific name is that? And you're likely to forget. But if I say you fold, you're like, I kind of do that every day. I twist, I do so. The aim is to make it simpler for learning and actually contrasting with what I'm saying.
So, in terms of now these people, let's say, let me use my own example.
Yes.
In terms of who among these people, the one who folds, the one who twists, the one who leaves it open, who would be more of a suitable partner for me?
That's a very intriguing question, and hence the reason why for the book called Personality Dating. See, now what's going to happen, Shykoh, here is this kind of men have a different game to counter. These men are going to make different moves. So let's begin with a guy who crackles like you. So how is he going to approach you? He's going to sell, he's going to make his move to you through goals. He's going to bring business ideas, and you're going to be attracted to that because he's a goal-oriented person. So this kind of person is going to bring ideas, he's going to bring goals. So if that is attractive to you, you will awaken your love. Now this dude will come with a different game. So you're goal-oriented, he's going to bring in outing places. Let's go places, let's try things. Shykoh, have you tried this? Have you gone this place? Mado, Kwanini, let's go out. This is a random guy. So if Shykoh likes goal-oriented plans and programs, he came to disorient all that in a good way. And that's his vibe towards you. So you might like him because he loves trying new things. He's going to challenge you. He's going to make you come out of your comfort zone. Now, the guy who leaves things as it is. Now, perhaps if you're this guy, you're thinking, I'm there's a positive side. So stick with me.
I'm looking forward because so far.
So far. You know, at times, these guys are very good. Let me tell you, they take their time with you. This is not someone who's here to challenge you, he's here to compliment you. Remember, he leaves things as it is. So he's going to give you the space to be as you are. That's a positive thing and a thing you don't find in all other personalities. So he's going to come to Shykoh's space, be like, what does Shykoh like? I will get it for her. He's even going to go an extra mile to know even what you may not need now. He's going to bring it to you. That's why he leaves things as they are for now, goes and finds out things that you might need. This guy is actually ahead. He's looking for the things you need, not want now. That's the positive thing. So it's the positive thing. So
the guy who falls.
The guy who falls. Now this is particularly the guy who's gonna come into understanding what you need. He balances what you want and need. And he's there to actually correct some things. For every idea you have, he has a plan how to go about it. He has brought it down. You know, Shykoh, if you have issues, anytime that you're emotional and you're feeling overwhelmed, this guy is going to analyze all those things for you. And I come here, partner, tell me how your day was. Yeah, okay. So why did you leave this at this situation? This guy is going to break it down to you in stages. So you're going to find yourself, you're going to open up more to this guy.
Yes.
Because he knows how to bring everything out, separate issues very well. So you see now the question is, Shykoh, are you going to be vibed by your own kind, which means goal-oriented, and means that this relationship will be based on goals? This person wants to know, when do you want to settle down? When? If this guy approaches you, Shykoh, and you say like, maybe you're playing hard to get because you want to test me, it's going to go like, I wait for how long?
Yeah.
Give me a time frame. So this relationship of your own kind, that means a guy who crumbles, will actually base this relationship on goals. This one will base on, let's try out things. Yeah, Shykoh, I know you're used to this, let's try out things. Hey, guess what? I'm going and planning about things that you need. I'm here for what you need. Let's plan everything down before we begin. If you are, let's at least tell me everything before we begin, so that I can tell you how this is going to work out. So you see, you have options to this now.
I think I would choose.
You choose.
I'd choose this one.
You choose this one. Why?
I tend to like people who
try out
new things.
Exactly. Now this is the interesting thing. If this was Maya Briggs, you're both extroverts.
We are both extroverts.
Absolutely.
I'm an extrovert.
Now that's the interesting thing now. See now what this personality is about? Because this now would turn out different because they experiment stuff a lot. Try out new things, goal-oriented. That's why you actually like this person. These people are likely to be compatible in a relationship. Why? It's for what you need and we plan everything out. These people are indirectly determined. See how that works out.
Wow. But I get it because I like extroverted
You like
guys.
extroverted guys.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes.
Wow. I never knew. I knew I'm not so much of an introvert.
Yes.
But I wouldn't say I'm an extrovert
as much, exactly, because it's that thin balance. And remember, this also personal. It does not mean that all the time they want to try out things. It just is in relation to how you are. You like this, they go an extra mile. You can find these guys to be very quiet. In fact, they can even be people like this. You can confuse them to be like this. Because at times, they're not all the time trying out things. Because you know one thing, Shykoh, you can try out so many things and fail in some. So you are even likely to meet some introverts who are like this. It's because they have, and because of life. You know, you go through a lot in life. And some of them, their flame is going to be like, my self-esteem is just shattered. I'm not who I used to be. Ama kuna watu najuanga, you know, they used to be so hyped, so your mambo ilisha, and you're wondering, hey, and then this guy used to be so hyped.
Yeah.
It's because of self-esteem and issues of life. So maybe they are here, you think they are here, but actually that's what I love about relationships. And man and woman, Because we are talking about relationships where even if you are here and you find someone like this, or find someone now, Shykoh comes along the way, she's going to make you to be who you are. That's the chemistry. That's personality.
It's possible to have more than one.
Oh yes. Shykoh, it's possible even for you to be like this. That at times you actually crumple, and sometimes you float. You may find yourself in two. And sometimes you're like, hata nimejipata, nimefungua hiyo raba, niko hivi sasa, nimeacha vitu vimezipona. It's because of different stages of life. Perhaps you could be here, you are crumbling. Then in another stage in life, you're like, me, I leave things the way they are these days. I'm not bothered. If you find yourself saying like, I used to be concerned these days, I'm not. It simply means now you leave things as they are. There's a personality change in how you respond to things. So the aim, don't be scared of who you are after all I have shared. We are here to improve ourselves. And that's what I like about this. The aim is to improve yourself.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.